Well, he attack me. But Jaden Chase, they have to make the fans them know what really are going on.
Yeah, man, now move settings, nation. And we no need no ladder. Yeah, man, Jaden Chase and that one we go bring on another reason for the topic of current affairs. So if you're new to the channel, just a pass through, but you like the reason and of course you like the point of view, well, I'm suggesting to you that you click the subscribe icon and then kick in the like button. Now, let's get right into the reasoning. Now, nation, in light of the recent statements made that the high spike in the crime rate is because of a lack of police intervention, the police commissioner has pointed out that majority of the crimes committed, especially violent crimes, are gang related. Also pointing to the fact that majority of these gangs were politically sponsored, yes, funded, and in some cases even organized by prominent members of parliament or former members of parliament. Examples such as the Steppers, the Spanglers, the Shower Posse. You name them, the list long. Now, I couldn't hear from the police commissioner and they will continue the reasoning. Look and listen.
Remember saying that 72% of all these killings are gangland killing each other. That's not the basis for hope. That's not the basis for those guys to come out of it. But from a policing perspective, you know, we have to do what. Recently, I was in Kingston, and the guys down there say, we and the guys who are killing each other, we used to eat from the same pot. We went to school together. We know each other. We live back to back and on the next street. And the interesting thing is that the guy who was there, unfortunately, had just lost his son recently. But he said, why don't you just take up the whole of us and lock us up and put us in a room together to sort out the thing? I'm going to tell you a long time to put a state of emergency down there, I'm going to lock up the whole of it. This is the man himself who is a shutter. But he has experienced so much loss in this process. Lockdown is a COVID-19 prevention measure. Lockdown is not a murder prevention measure. They're two different things, and we've seen that consistently in other jurisdictions where the lockdown and murder goes up. Because remember, understand, violence works different from crime for profit. Violence, the person who was going to murder somebody at 12 o'clock, they bring it forward to 3 o'clock. The person who's murdering the person in the next street goes through the bush, through a trappy to go and murder the person down the next street. And quite often, it's interesting enough.
Yes, nation, now let's continue the reasoning. While the commissioner definitely has a point, majority of the incidents taking place based on statements from residents, even we see them on the news, majority of the crimes are gang related. And in this day and age, we have definitely seen youngsters grouping up, clicking up, trying to emulate what they have heard about through word of mouth or seen on documentaries. While the commissioner stated that he was in Central Kingston, West Kingston is a prime example of what we can consider as a politically motivated organization now splintered into separate factions. And truth be told, majority of the areas and communities affected by the ongoing feud in West Kingston used to be one syndicate in full support of one political party. Now, for the better part, that has not changed. Political affiliations in these communities have remained the same, but individuals are now at odds, and innocent civilians have paid the price. Now, Jamaica is unique in its crime problem. Crime is everywhere in the globe where there are communities and systems in place to govern people. But think about it. The fact that the commissioner pointed out that gangs were, a major cause to the spike in crime, and the fact that majority of these gangs and the more established gangs were politically motivated and even funded at one point, based on speculations and articles presented in the media during that time, and the fact that in majority of these communities you can blatantly see graffiti on the wall showing political alignment in majority of these communities. But the issue of poverty lack of jobs, low literacy rate. At one point in time, they used to disclose that. Tell you about the literacy rate of the nation. Them stop do that now. They used to state how much students left high school and the level of education that, based on statistics and the Ministry of Education's evaluation, that they had while leaving school. Them stop do it. But these are also major contributing factors to crime. The fact that people want jobs and the jobs that are available they are not qualified for. Then you see what happen. People will seek alternative means to earn a living. Now the commission also pointed out that the protocols put in place by the current administration was indeed strictly for Big C19. There was no thought given to the security of the nation. And we have seen that. The fact that the borders cannot be closed. While we did hear in North America say one prominent president did plan to build an entire wall around Theme country. The security of the nation was never considered up until outrage was voiced through social media and on different platforms as well, mainly social media though, that pushed the security forces and the government to not only look at and face the situation at hand, but also address it. At one point, while people are pointing out, say, watch you know, crime and violence take the lives of more Jamaicans than Big C19. It was almost like nobody was paying attention. They've never that say, oh, you know, say, statistically, even if we look on the data, are true. It was like, no, not go so. Now they have confirmed that that is indeed the case. And the sad situation is that this current administration regained power campaigning on crime and violence, pointing out that it was a major concern for citizens. We hear talk of the economy. We have always known this. The reason why we now have a high GDP rate, which is gross domestic produce, we are buying, you know what I mean, buy the things that we will grow and use here. And why we now have major investments are forward in the country, seeing that we are a third world country based on how them rank countries. And the money where them could have paid a yearly wage for an individual in North America, them could have paid multiple individuals out here. You don't wonder why we don't have more big companies are forward out here. And the crime and violence. And nothing else. You know, the State Department say, even if you not think about Big C19, them say the crime and violence will take place in certain places. A cause for concern. And not true, we don't need North America to tell you that. You hear about the commercial hub. 5 a drop in a day, 7 in a day. It's not normal activity. And don't make them state the fact that, oh, this has been taking place in downtown Kingston for quite some time. Then when it got change? We no plan to change it. Yes, this is something that has occurred before. So you really want it to occur again? We now put no measures in place to stop these atrocities. It must just go on the way. So your youth and your youth, them youth must come face the same situations. The mindset they will back the country. I am, however, with the fact that effective policing is needed. Not just policing, because there's a type of mindset feeling like you can just go into a troubled community, see an individual who sit down either up on the corner, being unemployed because there's no jobs being given away by the government. There's no major establishments being established where are going to employ hundreds, maybe thousands, like we've seen in other parts of the world. Now, you can't just have police that come into the communities and seeing individuals and I say, oh, up in the jeep, up in the truck, and call that policing. No, you know, fight crime, so investigation has to be done. I'm not talk investigation into the people that stand up on the corner, into the crimes at hand in the community. What are the root cause? Who are the perpetrators carrying out these acts? That is the job of the cops. Even outlaws know that. But one thing every member of society knows is that in majority of these cases, that is either something hard to do or something that is not being done. And as I was saying, We need to focus on what is the root cause. We are turn individuals to a life of crime. And what is the fascination with the so-called life of crime and that lifestyle overall? Recently we see 2 female officers have a video out, and the commissioner made a statement about that as well, saying that the lyrical content of the song was not in line with the values of the police force. But the problem is that the root cause is the same. Majority of the reasons for cops becoming crooked are always financial. Majority of the problems the society have are widely known by members of the same society. Even the individuals tasked with what we would consider as high-risk jobs feel underpaid and feel like them paycheck not stretch far enough. And the same for everybody. You can see it when you visit the supermarket, the wholesale shop, and buy the same set of items on a weekly basis, and notice your bill at the end of the week, at the end of the shopping experience. It's always $1,000 or 5 bills higher every week. And if you don't feel like a real talk, next time, just take a photo of your total. And next time, when you go again, purchasing the same items, look on your bill again. And if you purchase some extra things, cross out that. I'm going to guarantee you the figures are going higher. Because even with the lockdown days, inflation takes no days off. The problems that Jamaica have with crime are diverse, deep-rooted. The commissioner probably has said majority of the violent crimes and murders taking place are gang-related, which might be true. Them are the one with the numbers. The figures might not be 100% accurate, of course, but them have the numbers. They must be based on the reports where them get. That are going. Talk to me in the comment section. I know the feel. But I said the one called Jaden Chase, the dancehall correspondent, the Gaza representative. I said remind you now. If you're new to the channel, new to the movement, just a pass through. But you like the reason and of course you like the point of view. Well, I'm suggesting to you that you click the subscribe icon, then the bell icon, and put it on all. And this is how you know we'll be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. The like icon is also in close proximity to the share icon. Drop a like and bust a share. Tell a friend, tell them sister and them brother them for check out the channel, check out the reasoning. Join the discussion. The comment section open 24/7. It never lock yet. Just be respectful and mindful of the guidelines. But other than that, drop your thoughts, your comments, and yes, your opinions there, and we can continue the reasoning via the comment section. You know the something go. And for those who don't, yeah man, now move settings fam. And no, we don't need none of that. And my sentiments for you and yours is of course we wanna live, love, and prosper.